Having these sneaky secrets and information as a white belt will easily 10x your results to get you to that next level. What I've found through studying these two specific athletes when it comes to Gordon Ryan and Tynan Dalpra, there's an equation to improving your level of jiu-jitsu much faster. And that equation is obsession plus patience equals whatever you want. That there's only really two tools that you need to be able to achieve this. All you need is access to a phone, or you could have yourself a computer. When I think of obsession, only thing that you think about. When you look at any of the top athletes in the world, what is something they always talk about? They always talk about sacrifice.
The choice that we have to make as people, as individuals. If you want to be great at something, it's a choice that you have to make. We all can be masters at our craft.
When you're going to jiu-jitsu, you're sacrificing something to be there. If you're wanting better results and you're wanting more, you need to give more. So when we say give more, what does more look like? Is it more time? I got a job. I don't have more than just 2 days a week to go. Giving more doesn't always equal more mat time. Giving more is just giving more thought. An example of that is that every round that you are having after sparring is to take notes. This was advice that was given to me through one of my friends, Andrew Realty. And honestly, I hated this advice because I hate taking notes for anything or anyone. I'm gonna tell you a secret though. It's actually good advice. It really works. Which I know, right guys? Like taking notes, especially about training, lame, right? You just need more mat time. And another thing with that is actually having goals for each of your sparring sessions, whether it's through working whatever you guys are working the curriculum at your gym or whatever you're studying online. And if you're what we call a super white belt, which is you have no idea what on earth you're doing or what the next best thing is, becoming a fan of the sport and researching online is a great place to start. So that's probably awesome to hear. But then if you're anything like me, you're sitting there laying down saying, okay, well, how do I do that? Similar to figuring out how to get in shape and what the right diet is for you, there's a lot of things that can work for a lot of people. You have to find what works best for you. Now, when it comes to studying film, what I found that's worked extremely well for me, and what I've found through studying like John Danaher and with Gordon Ryan, especially with Tynan, they go in these like slight seasons of different studies they go into. For what we do at our academy, we actually rotate about every month and a half weeks from a guard passing study or a guard study. But we spend actually quite a bit of time in each area. What we actually do and what we found that's worked best is that we focus on going more into what we call a depth of knowledge. As in we spend an extended period of time in a specific area, practicing, working through those reactions, and doing what we call pressure testing, which is drilling under certain different volumes of resistance. And when it comes to finding the right thing for you to study, if you have a lot of confidence in your coach, ask where to start. But if you're asking me and you want to know what my opinion is, I have found taste testing is going to be the best thing for you. The best example I can give is actually an experience I had as a blue belt. This is when I only had wrestling experience, a little bit of MMA, and I was just spar. That's how you get better, right? Time under pressure. It's like time under tension for lifting weights. I thought that was the same way to get better for jiu-jitsu. Obviously in time, I found out I was wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you, my coach was telling me this the whole time, but got a bit of a hard head. But this is when I stumbled upon Keenan Cornelius and I started to really become obsessed with lapel guard. I found something that interested me. I found something that was fun, and I spent so much time studying his DVDs on lapel guard, on studying his lapel guard and the different variations and ways you can attack or different reactions you can see. The awesome thing is that I really focused on 1 to 2 reactions only for about 4 to 6 weeks at a time. And then I started to really apply them into sparring, and it was a lot of fun. All the way from blue, and honestly, all the way up to the early stages of brown, I pretty much was the guy that strictly played De La Riva, lapel guard, and ankle locks. That was my game. So to say I was obsessed with lapels and ankle locks, quite the understatement. So what I did is I actually took this idea that I had and I applied it pretty much everywhere. I applied it through studying half guard with Adam Orzinski. So I went half guard, a little bit into spider guard, and then I landed in a sweet spot. That sweet spot was actually collar sleeve, and then it slowly branched off into other areas. Now, how does this help you as a white belt? This helps you as a white belt to let you know that with whatever level of obsession and whatever level of patience you can bring to the table, it's gonna help you improve your results 10x, and I would argue a little bit more than that. Because most people at white belt, guess what they do? They show up, they get on YouTube, kind of look around a little bit, but there's not much direction for you. I'm giving you the direction. Become a fan of the sport, find one area you wanna get good at, obsess over it, and be patient. As a good marker of how long, spend 6 to 8 weeks before you move on. Practice those reactions, do what you love and you find interesting. So make sure you click this video here to continue to grow and learn some more black belt secrets.